Okay, got a lot of conversation for you guys here. I don't know if you guys have been watching our numbers, but our numbers are starting to grow quite a bit. And what's going on is we have a number of gifting companies that have come on board with us in order to take control back over their own money. What's happening in the gifting community is that there's millions of people that participate in these programs in order to earn some extra money, and especially since this coronavirus stuff, a lot of people who normally probably wouldn't be interested in an extra stream of income, they're interested now because they realize that having just one stream of income is not very reliable. Okay, and so they're looking for opportunities, and so in the gifting community, what's happening is they're trying to use companies like PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, and stuff like that in order to transact their business. And those types of accounts are not designed or set up for the activity that they're trying to do. Okay. Matter of fact, they're shutting people's accounts down, and in the event that they get really big and very successful, they're also shutting the accounts down and freezing the people's money. Now, if you think about this for a minute, it's weird to me because, whose idea is it that you have your own money? It's your money that you work for, okay? It's yours. And you decide that you want to take your money, okay? You decide, okay? Simple. You want to take your money, okay, and give it to this person over here of your own free will, okay? Here you go. I'm blessing you with this right here. It's yours, okay? And there's companies out here telling you, no, you can't do that. I'm gonna tell you why they're doing that in a minute, okay? But think about that. If I earn this money right here, I should be able to tear it up, burn it, give it to whoever I want to. It's my money, okay? But what's happening is people are starting to wake up. If this catches on, let me tell you what's gonna happen. And again, this is the way I think about stuff, so I'll try to share this with you to kind of help, educate you to some things. In the Asian community, the money stays in the community 20 times longer than it does in a Black community. No, 21 times longer. So think about that for a minute. If the currency, the dollars that come into a particular community, circulate in that community 21 times, there is an opportunity there to become financially independent, and in a whole lot of cases to generate wealth. If the dollars that enter another community is gone within 5-10 minutes, comes into the community, 5 or 10 minutes, it's gone out of that community into another community where they're using a resource to recycle, and generate wealth. Well, if you're in a community where all the dollars are leaving out the door, then there's never a chance for you to have any real wealth. Are you always going to be in a situation where that's difficult? So when people are waking up and say, well, wait a minute, let's keep our dollars and let them circulate within our community and generate some wealth, or at least some financial freedom, okay? That's a powerful thing right there. It's a very powerful thing. And there's, you know, forces that be out here that don't necessarily want to see that happen. Okay, again, it's your money, and they know that if it can circulate, if you gain control over it, and you get smart with it, and you start utilizing it inside of a community so that the money circulates, that changes everything. Okay, it changes everything. So now they set up roadblocks so that you can't control your own money. And if you can't control your own money that you went to work for, you don't have any control over it, then you don't have anything. You have no chance. Okay, you have no chance. So when this problem came to me, I said, okay, I broke it down, I looked at it, and I said, man, okay, okay, we can fix it. Number one, we can fix this. And so, you know, we have enough 7 years of experience in this whole money type thing, okay? And the movement of money and understanding what's going on behind the closed doors. You know, that's the first step. Okay, if you wanna overcome something, the best way to overcome it is to figure it out. What's really going on? Because once you figure it out and see what's really going on, the steps it takes to thrive in that situation become clear, because you can see it clearly. Again, it's like a magic trick. Like you know, if there's somebody is doing something, a magician is doing something, and you look at it and you go, how is he doing this? This is miraculous. Okay, how's he doing it? I don't know how he does it. But if you ever stopped and took and showed you, if I say, this is how he does it. The moment I show you how he does it, you can never look at that same trick the same way again. It changes everything. Immediately. He cannot pull that trick on you no more, because you know what to look for, you know what's going on, you know, you can see it clearly and you understand it clearly. Okay? So when you see wealth being generated in these communities and stuff, and you look at it and you say, what are they doing? What's going on? But they're not like the magician. They're not going to tell you the trick. I'm going to tell you the trick. They're not going to tell you the trick. Okay? So I go over there and I become a magician so I can learn all the tricks. 7 years of practice. Then I run back to y'all and tell y'all what's going on. Okay? That's what I do. Okay? I imagine some people don't like that, but that's what I do. And some of y'all won't even listen. But that's okay too, because enough people are listening and so forth. So what's happening now is when this communities now, I said, okay, we can help. So we, start setting up a situation where they have to have our card, number one. They have to be a card holder with us. Okay, what you're going to see here, probably by Monday of next week, when you log into your back office, it's going to look different. Okay, because we're redesigning it. And it's going to look like, in a sense, like an e-wallet. Okay, let me explain something to you about that, because a lot of us have misconceptions. We don't understand, again, how things work. PayPal is an e-wallet, okay? Apple Pay is an e-wallet. Google Pay is an e-wallet. Cash App is an e-wallet, okay? Zelle is an e-wallet. It's just a digital website or application or whatever that allows value to be stored in it that can be transferred from one place to another seamlessly. Okay? That's all. It's all that it is. They want to complicate it, make you think that it's something else, grandiose thing going on. If you go on your phone right now and you put in e-wallet, there's probably 500 different wallets will pop up. Maybe more, maybe 1,000, okay? So this is quite common. It's just that not for us, in a sense. We just stick with the YouTube, the PayPals and the Cash Apps and so forth. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. People still coming to the thing, so I'm pressing to let them in. So I don't know, Khadijah, are you letting them in?
I got it. Yep, I'm letting them in. No worries.
They're popping up on my screen.
Yep, I got it.
So anyway, what is happening is those applications are e-wallets, and they're trying to use these e-wallets in order to conduct their business, but they're the wrong ones to use because those companies do not have your best interest at heart. So it's not that they want to help you; they really are designed to harm you, to shut you down. And so they're affecting millions of people. Whereas we coming into the market and said, our position is we are the one company that's here to help you, okay, not shut you down or whatever, but to help you gain financial control over your money so that you can operate freely. And you can never have financial freedom until you gain control over your money. And the fact that you have the wherewithal and the thought, to say, well, hey, let's let our money circulate inside of a community. Well, that's 90%. Once you make that decision right there, you are in a whole nother paradigm. Okay, you're in a whole nother, once you make a decision like that, you're in a whole nother paradigm. All right. So now we just want to make it so that you can function in this paradigm. Make it easy for you to function. So what's going to happen is your back office, when you log in, we're going to provide for all the card holders, we're going to provide, for lack of a better word, we'll call it a money market or something like that, okay? And the way it works is that pretty much just like Cash App or whatever, you'll come in and you'll be able to purchase our tokens, okay? So you say, okay, Troy, I want $100 worth of tokens. So we take the $100, we turn it into tokens. And the tokens will be, you'll get the exchange rate that we're starting off with will be 10 tokens to every dollar. Okay, 10 tokens to every dollar is going to be the exchange rate. And the exchange rate, it can go up and down a little bit, but we didn't want to tie it to Bitcoin because Bitcoin is too volatile. It's just way too volatile, So we want it to be more stable. So we're doing this ourselves. So we transfer the money into tokens. So now you have 1,000 tokens. All right. So now you need to transfer some money to someone. So you say, I want to send them $100 or whatever. Okay. And you just put in their promo code, log in, see how many tokens you have and what the cash value is, okay? And then you say, I want to send some money to someone. Okay, so now you want to send $50 over to the person A. You put in their promo code, put in how much money you want to send. It's going to convert that to tokens, okay? And if you want to send $100, it's going to take 1,000 tokens from your account and put it into their wallet, okay? Instantly, it's going to do that. If they're on the other side of the world, doesn't matter, okay? It's going to move those tokens from your account to theirs. Now, typically what happens is you get started, so you need to load up some money, get some tokens so that you can start your doing your transactions. Okay, those transactions are happening in tokens. So you send some here, there to that person B, C, D, you do whatever your platform, so, you just work your platform. And what happens now is that people then start sending you tokens, okay? And those tokens go into your account and add to your balance. Simple stuff. So you see a transaction of all your transactions, every transaction when tokens go out, and every transaction when tokens come in. When these tokens come in now, then you say, hey, wait a minute, I want to cash out some of my tokens. So you go in and you say, I want to cash out some tokens. You tell us how many tokens you want to cash out or how much you want to cash out. We then redeem the tokens, take the cash, and put it on your card, okay? Because we use a routing number and account number to do that, okay, to put it on your card. It's as simple, it's clean, it's easy. Anybody can do it. And I mean anybody. I don't care if you're 18 years old or if you're 80 years old. You will be able to use this system, period, okay? And that is what I had to work on. I had to see, what happens with stuff, when I was looking at everything, was trying to piece it together, put it together, but everything was so complicated. The moves are so complicated. And I'm saying, this can't be complicated. All right, for this to work, it has to be simple. So I look for simple. I can't find simple. Okay, I can't find easy what I'm looking for. And I'm looking, and I can't find easy. So I'm building easy. Okay, we're building it because we can't find it. I'd rather find it, of course, than than have to go out and build it. But that's okay because we've already started. Okay, we got all the account stuff set up today. I've been running all day with that all day. So we got all that done. So we've gone through the process. I'm gonna share something with you guys too here, something that you may not know, but because I may have mentioned to maybe a person here or there. But on Monday, today's Wednesday, on Monday, for the past 4 years, I have been trying to get a divorce, okay, for the past 4 years. And so that divorce was finalized Monday. Went to court on Monday, and the divorce was finalized, and basically all that I asked for really was, I said, she could have the house and all the equity in it. I didn't want any of that. I just wanted 100% of my business. That's all I wanted, my business, 100%, which was the deal I offered her from day one when we sent, I sent the divorce papers. She wouldn't accept that. She wanted more than that. And then, we went to mediation. The offer was the same. Her attorney was happy with it. My attorney was happy with it. The mediator was happy with it. I was happy with it. She didn't want to accept that. So finally, we went to, after 4 years, we would go to trial, and that's exactly what the judge gave, what I offered her day one, because it was a good deal for her. And they asked her, said, because she wanted a part of the business, so the judge said, well, have you done any work in the business? She told the judge that we talked about it. That's okay. But anyway, that's behind me now. But I told you guys that to say this. What you did not know is that we have been operating with my foot on the brake, because we could not become the company that I see us becoming until I dealt with that business. And I'm sure that you guys understand that, okay? I just didn't pronounce it or put it out there, but it is a fact. But that deal is done on Monday. So you're going to see a shift, okay? And things speeding up, okay? It's things speeding up and happening in much bigger ways here. If you start looking at the numbers, okay, when you go to MetLcard.com website, every now and then take a look at that number at the top of that screen and come back a couple of days later and watch that number, watch what that number is doing. This thing is starting to move, starting to move, starting to move. And pretty soon, I'll tell you, I think we'll be bringing in, you know, thousands of people a doggone week, you know, when we get this thing running full speed, because what we have to offer is financial independence, financial freedom, and the ability to give people control over their money when all the other companies out here are trying to shut them down and stop them from making money. We're the only people. We don't just sell you a card and leave you. It's not just about a card. This is about giving you a system, giving you, walking side by side with you, so that if you are successful, then we are successful. We can't have success on our side unless we can help you to navigate this financial situation and gain success from it. And that's what we're here to do, okay? So when you log in, when you get our card, our money market program comes with that card. And whether you spend another penny on a monthly or anything like that, you don't have to do the monthly or nothing like that. You get the card, you get the money program, the token program comes with it, okay? Now, what you will not have access to unless you become active, okay, which is $20 a month to become active. Every time a card is sold, what I do is I take $10 of that money and I put it into a 3x10 matrix. In a 3x10 matrix, you can have 3 people on level 1 underneath you. They have, each one of those 3 people can have 3 people. On level 2, that's 9 people for you. By the time you get down to level 10, you could have over 80,000 people that's on your team. And every time, when each one of them buy a card, we take $1 and we put it towards your account. Now, if you are not active, when that dollar comes to your account, it sees you're not active, you're gonna lose it. Okay, you get an email saying you lost it. All right, so what's happening is we are combining 2 things. And I wanna make this very clear to you, because once you understand the genius of what we're doing, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you gotta understand, it helps you to understand this move. The gifting programs are really great programs early on when they're new and they start and you get involved and everybody excited and it's cycling fast because it's nimble, it's agile, it can move real quick, it can flip real quick, you know, because it's small. But as it gets larger and larger and larger, it slows down. It gets fat. It gets cumbersome. It can't move as quickly and fast as it did when it was, you know, 105 pounds, just gymnast. Okay, now it's a big football lineman. Okay. But so it's a difference. And what every program I've ever seen, it starts that process of slowing down, and then eventually people start breaking off and starting new ones and so forth. All right, this is just what happens. Now let's look at the other side of the fence, okay? That's gifting on one side. On the other side of the fence is, say, a network marketing company. Now with network marketing, if you take a 3x10 matrix, in the beginning, it's not very much to it in the beginning. You know, it's just, you know, it's $1, you know, 3 people, that's $3, okay? Then 3 people underneath them, that's $9 more. So it's not a lot of money, okay, in the beginning. But when you take a gifting program who's growing really, really fast because of the excitement and the movement and whatever, I call that the candy. You take, and you give people candy, so everybody run get the candy. Over on this side, we got the medicine, but if I try to just give people medicine, it's hard to give them the medicine. It's hard, they want to take the medicine. But when we take the medicine and wrap it in the candy and let them eat the candy until they get fat or whatever, big, and then now they don't want no more candy because there's no more candy over here. Guess what happens? They have automatically built this other side. The matrix is being built from the activity of the gifting program. So now you come over here and people got thousands, hundreds or even thousands of people on their team that they're making $1 a month on, okay? And it happens seamlessly because they focus on one thing over here and the gifting program and do that well. In the background, we have basically an exit strategy for them, a strategy that harnesses that initial blow up that they have. I grab that energy and harness it and turn over here and turn it into a powerhouse. Okay, it's like a retirement plan. Okay, lift up, you know, so much time the past, wherever you lift over here, and now this is way more stronger, more income generating for you than what started. And what's crazy about this is now this becomes lifelong residual. Because once a person gains some financial independence and they're using our services to do so, then they're not going to go back to the other stuff. Even if they leave this first program they were in and go start another program somewhere else, guess what they're taking with them over there? They're taking with them their metal card and their metal money, a program. They're taking that with them because it does the same thing here as it does there, anywhere they are. It gives them control to be able to transfer and move, the resources around anywhere in the world. Okay, so some ideas are good, some ideas are really good. This idea is brilliant. This is so big. If you can't see it, then just when if you don't understand it, you need to be involved in it. You need to have your card, get involved, okay, and see where you can fit in here, because this is happening. All right, this is happening. So everything that has transpired over the, say, past 7 years or so has given us a base, a knowledge base, all right, to where a marketplace has opened up, and in my opinion, was truly the sign of the times is that this coronavirus, whenever something like this happens to a society, there's always going to be groups of people who win from it. This is where wealth truly can happen to people who come in and solve big problems, okay? And people not having control over their own money is a very big problem, okay? Especially when these people know that they can't depend on getting their money from the place that they normally used to getting it from. They people get scared. They're like, wait a minute, you know, I can't put my family at risk on this when I just watched them lay off 500 people. I watched them do this and that. Heck, they laid me off. They told me not to come back for whatever. I can't go and do this or that or whatever. You know, and so you gotta start looking out for yourself and creating something. And I'm gonna tell you, you know, I talk about this all the time. I'm a plan B person. And what does that mean? It simply means that I don't think about today. All right, I project out 90 days from now, 6 months, a year from now, and I say, okay, how are we going to be prepared and be ready for that? Okay, and so if you don't today, you just got to start today. All right, and learn as much as you can, stay involved, you know, and opportunities will come. You will have, if you're talking to somebody, they'll say, hey, you hear about this new gifting program, whatever? You would say, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. Let me tell you about this program we have that can help you guys so you don't get your Cash App and PayPal account shut down and your money froze and all that. Okay, they may act, let me tell you something, they may act like, oh, we don't need that. I guarantee you they're coming back to you. I guarantee you that they're going to come back to you because it's not that they just don't know yet. Okay, because they haven't achieved any level of success. And what I even was amazed at is that those companies are literally causing people's problems and they haven't even got to the big money yet. You don't want to wait till you get to the big money only to find out now somebody, you ready to collect $5,000 or $10,000 or some big number or whatever, and they shut your account down and freeze your money. Okay. Think about that for a minute, okay? They come right when you made it, and this is how it always happens, when you make it, so now you're excited, you say, Lord, boy, next week I'm gonna have this money, oh my goodness, right here, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna pay off my bills, well, I'm ready to do this, and I'm gonna do all this wonderful things right here, I can't wait. And then, next thing you know, your account has been shut down. And I'm telling you this because it happened to us. Again, it happened to me, literally. I get a phone call in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. I speak to Mr. Mason. Say, this is he. Say, oh, Mr. Mason, you the owner of Ztegrity? Yes, I am. Well, it looks like you guys doing pretty good business there. I said, yeah, we super excited. Woo, I got a lot of plans we want to do here. I'm really happy and excited. You say, well, we take a look at all this and we're trying to figure out who are you to do this? I said, I'm just a regular guy, you know, just trying to do some things, you know, help people, you know, make a little money here and there inside. She said, well, I'm going to have to escalate this. I said, okay, well, thank you so much. 5 minutes later, my account was shut down, frozen, $90,000 for 6 months. I'm begging and crying, I need some money, come on, don't do that thing. I'm just trying everything. And they won't, oh, I'm sorry, sir, so sorry. It's not me, it's, it's, the underwriters, those guys, I can't tell you, Mr. Baines, I don't know. They don't have a phone number. You can only reach them at an email address, and I'll be happy to send you that email. Okay, all right, you got me, all right. You got me. Okay. But I promise you'll never get me again like that. Okay. Click. Okay. Now we're getting ready to go into that market, and all these millions of people that they're treating this way, we're going to give them an alternative. Okay. We'll give them an alternative. And that is how wealth is generated, when you help people solve real problems. And we're going to make it easy for them to do. Okay. We're going to make it easy for them to do, and that's our platform.